It's Chris Smith time. Oh, hello, everybody. It's me, Chris Smith, and I'm here today with my friend and companion, Blackie Humphrey, Hector Angel Shadow Rascal Godfrey Gladstone III. And Blackie, we're here for a very special occasion because it is the 40th anniversary on the very day of this taping, probably when it airs too, of Kate and Allie, my all-time favorite TV show from the 80s. And today, March 19th, 2024, is the 40th anniversary of when Kate and Allie premiered. Now, if you have a calculator or if you're good at math, then you probably have figured that Kate and Allie premiered on March 19th, 1984 on CBS. Yes, CBS did lots of things right in the 80s before they betrayed me. But that's another episode, which you've probably seen. So thank you, CBS, for at least giving me Kate and Allie. You know, there were 6 seasons of Kate and Allie, and this picture of Jane Curtin and Susan St. James hangs in my bedroom. I did an episode, and this was featured on the table when Willie Talk and I were at an Italian restaurant, and we were talking about, I was talking about all the things that I'd ever learned from watching Kate and Allie. And it's a very funny episode. I just put it up on my YouTube or my Facebook page. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to my It's Chris Smith Time, go to the playlist, and there's a bunch of episodes under You're Not Taping Again, Are You? And that episode is there. It's called I Think I Smell a Rat. Anyway, Kate and Allie. I have all the DVDs. The first season was only 6 episodes, so it was a mid-season replacement, and it was a very big hit that first season, so they renewed it quickly. So here was they were kind enough to combine the first and second seasons. So I got that one, and then they did one for the third season. That's the whole cast. Also featured, besides Jane Curtin and Susan St. James, are Ari Myers, who played Emma McCardle, Kate's daughter. Allison Smith, who played Jenny Lowell, Allie's daughter. And Frederick Kohler, who played Chip, Jenny's brother and Allie's son. And no, Kate and Allie were not lesbians. They did do an episode where they had to pretend to be lesbians because the lesbian landlady was trying to charge them back rent because she found out that Kate had invited another family, Allie's family, to live at her apartment, or her, I guess it was sort of, what was it, a townhouse? I don't know what that was. It was 2 levels, 3 if you count the basement. But she said that they were 2 families living in a 1-family dwelling, and she needed thousands of dollars of back rent. Oh, it was going to be bad. So they pretended, don't eat my pillowcase, Blackie. They pretended to be lesbians, and I think that episode taught us a lot about what defines a family. Now they put out the 4th season, and then they did a complete series. So, of course, I had to buy the complete series. But I wasn't about to sell my 4 seasons of Kate and Allie DVDs, so I have them all. Please don't eat my pillowcase. My mother says, "You're not firm enough with him." But I was raised watching Kate and Allie. We learned about love and compassion, and so many things. They really didn't have to yell at their children very much. Kate and Allie were 2 best friends from high school. They moved, Allie and her family moved in after the divorce. Allie had this 2-timing husband named Charles, And Kate was also a divorced woman. She had an actor husband named Max. So he was just a little lived in La La Land too much. He was always running off to pursue his acting dreams. And I think that caused some friction, as these things do. But let's talk about them a little more. Now, as I said, it was 6 seasons, 122 episodes. The finale aired May 22nd, 1989. Was I devastated when it went off? It was time. Allie had remarried. She had moved to an apartment and out of the house that they had shared. And then the husband of Allie, played by Sam Freed as Bob Barsky, he was a sportsman, and he got a job working in Washington, D.C., so he would only come home on the weekends to New York. So, of course, Allie did what one would do and invited Kate to move in with her. So she wouldn't be so lonely. Odd, I know, but oh dear, don't eat my pillow. What? Why is he eating so much today? Oh, because he didn't have breakfast this morning. That's on him now, isn't it? Okay. Well, what else? It was created by Sherry Coben, and here's an exciting story. One time I was at eFilm, where I used to work, and this lady came in, and I asked her what her name was, and she said Kate McCardle. And I said, oh, like on Kate and Allie. And she said, my best friend created Kate and Allie and named her after me. And I think she was telling the truth. I mean, she had no reason to lie. This was in the 2000 and somethings. Why lie about it then? So maybe that was Sherry Coben's good friend that she named Kate McCardle after. The show is directed in seasons 1 through 5 by Bill Persky, and then in season 6 by, oh my gosh, what is going on? Hold on, y'all, I'm sorry. He just wants attention, that's all. Okay, so the theme song, did I finish saying that Linda Day directed the episodes in season 6? And the theme song was Along Comes a Friend, performed by John Loeffler. I hope I got his name right. Blackie, listen to the theme song from Kate and Allie. Just when you think there's no one around who's caring, boodle-doodle-doo-doo-doo, along comes a friend who offers a hand in sharing. Then things start looking fine. A-doo-doo-doo-doo. Sometimes tears and sorrow are all the things you've got. And just when you think you're all by yourself, you're not. Doodle-doodle. You know, oh, hold on one second. When I ran the mailroom at CBS, I used to make the children, I called them the children, watch Kate and Allie in the middle of the day. It came on one of the stations, and we had a TV in the mailroom, and I would make them every day, like at noon or something like that. We would watch Kate and Allie, and people would sit around and watch it. Kate and Allie's a very enjoyable show, y'all. I wish it were streaming somewhere. Someday I bet it will be. And if it is, and I don't know about it, somebody write me a message down here below. He is obsessed with destroying this pillow. I don't know what it is. Look, he even pulled a zipper or something. Why is there even a zipper thing on a pillow? It's terrible. I'm going to put him out of the room. I've never done that. I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to put Blackie out of the room, which I have never had to do in my whole life. But anyway, I'm out of breath, y'all. So, the mailroom used to watch that show, and we would always sing the theme song, but I would always sing at the end, just when you think you're all by yourself, you're dead, doodle-doodle, and everybody loved that. Now, Susan and Jane Also starred in 1980s How to Beat the High Cost of Living. Got musicals on the brain. So they were in How to Beat the High Cost of Living, which also starred Jessica Lange and is a fun movie. The show had two spin-offs that didn't spin very far. Now, one was called Roxy, which I didn't know about, and it only lasted 2 episodes. I knew that Andrea Martin had played this character who worked at like a TV station that was like one of those, I don't even know what you call them. It was called Channel G, and it was one of those public channels where anybody can be on the channel. And she ran the station, and she was a friend with Allie, and they were on 2 episodes together. And then her character, the character's name was changed. I think it was Eddie or something in the first one on Kate and Allie. And then when she got her own series, she played a similar character, but now named Roxy. And they made 6 episodes, I just found out today, and only 2 aired. So I'm in the middle of watching the pilot on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for letting us see these historic things. Now, the other spinoff was Late Bloomer, starring Lindsay Wagner. That's the Bionic Woman, and she was in an episode as well, where Kate goes to Lindsay Wagner's house, and she runs like a cooking. She does cooking lessons, and so that didn't go. Apparently, the show was about to launch, and then they canceled the whole thing before it even aired. The first 4 seasons were in the top 20. So people who don't know Kate and Allie, if you were from the 80s, you should know who they are. And they said that they were always getting confused with Cagney and Lacey, which is hilarious because that was a female cop show. But anyway, what else? It was nominated for 12 Emmy Awards, and including Best Comedy Series in 1984, 1985, and 1986. So this show was a big deal, back in the day. And it won 3 Emmys. It won in 1984 Outstanding Directing in a Comedy Series. It won 1984 Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series for Jane Curtin. And Jane was up against Susan St. James, of course, from Kate and Allie. How sad that they were up against each other. Isabel Sanford from The Jeffersons, Shelley Long from Cheers, and Joanna Cassidy from a show called Buffalo Bill with Dabney Coleman. And then it also won in 1985, another Outstanding Lead Actress in a Comedy Series Emmy for Jane Curtin again. So she has 2 from Kate and Allie alone. It's a shame that Susan St. James didn't get to win for Kate and Allie because she was very good too. They were both wonderful. Now, what else? So I was talking about the lesbian episode. Well, the one where the landlady comes and makes them. They pretend to be lesbians so that they can not have to pay all that back rent. But did you know? And I read about this too just recently, that CBS had a stipulation that they had to show Kate and Allie going into separate bedrooms because they didn't want anyone to think that they were lesbians. That's how people were back in the 80s. Just so judgmental and terrible. Who cares if they were? Now, now here's a fun thing. On Stars in the House a couple of years ago, that's this show online with Seth Rudetsky and his husband, James, which would raise money for the Actors Fund. It was sort of like people would do donations to help the actors during the pandemic when all the theater was shut down and everything was shut down for all those years during COVID. Well, anyway, the Actors Fund would help people, not just actors, but anyone in show business or who was affected by no work. And so Kate and Allie did a reunion thing, which was wonderful. All 5 major cast members were on it, and Bill Persky, the director from those first 5 seasons. And everybody looks wonderful. Everybody had wonderful things to say about the show. But so during a donation period, Allison Smith is reading the donations. And guess who made one and is mentioned by Allison Smith? Watch and see.
2 more to read, and then I have more to send you.
Okay. I love your show and all that you do. Thank you for having the cast of Kate and Allie as your guests today, Seth and James. It's one of my all-time favorite shows. I still watch the DVDs just to feel happy. Sincerely, Chris from Burbank, $100.
Amazing.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. See, Allison Smith said my name. So now, don't think I'm rich because I sent $100 to the Actors Fund. It was, I just cut out food that month. But I had to for Kate and Allie, and I so enjoyed Stars in the House and all that James and Seth were doing to help the community that I had to send in a little something. So that was my exciting personal connection to Kate and Allie. I've never met any of them, of course. I did see Frederick Kohler once when I first moved to LA, and he was grown, and he was on different shows. I think he was on Oz, sort of gritty roles. But and I saw him like at a restaurant, and I was like, oh my God, it's Chip from Kate and Allie. I didn't say anything to him though. But anyway, I used to tell Jeanette, my sister, that Jane Curtin should play her if we ever did a movie version of All of Our Lives. And I think I told her recently that she had said that she wanted Ann Archer to play her. And Jeanette did not remember that, but I remember it because, no offense to Ann Archer, she's delightful. But Jane Curtin, she's funnier and she's wackier. So anyway, my sister was asking me, what do you love about Kate and Allie? There are so many millions of things besides the cast and just the situation, but it was so New York. It's so 80s. There was always singing. They did those live openings where they would, or not live, but they would shoot them in public. Kate and Allie walking around the city and talking to each other. And it was just a magical show, and a show of its time. So, as I said in that message to Seth and James, and when I made that donation, I do watch Kate and Allie, and I do watch the DVDs just to feel good. And in fact, to celebrate the 40th anniversary, I am rewatching the entire series, and I'm in the middle of season 2 right now. And I'm going to try and get Emma to come over and show her a couple of episodes, and then we'll talk about it. Because we're going to keep this 40th anniversary party going all year, because Kate and Allie must be honored. Okay, I think I've said enough for now. Hold on one moment. Okay, just to show that I did let Blackie back in. You know, Blackie, they did an episode, well, several episodes, where Tristan the dog came to live with Kate and Allie, but they couldn't have a dog in that apartment. So they had to send him to live with Charles and Claire in the country. Claire was played by Wendy Malick. That was the woman that Charles had cheated on Allie with. But we still like Wendy Malick. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. See you next time when it's Christmas time. Happy anniversary, Kate and Allie. We love you.